Welcome back. We are less than an hour now from the formal closing ceremony at Ground Zero. The recovery operation is something photographer Gary Suson will never forget. He spent months documenting the grim task and the personal stories behind it. And this morning he is sharing some of the most powerful images he collected from an effort that stretched man and machine to the limit.
I began chronicling the early days of Ground Zero in September because artists can't go down in the hole and dig. Artists do what they do best. They contribute through their emotional talents. And so like any other artist, I wanted to contribute. I just wanted to tell the story of 9/11, but at the same time, I was extremely upset. I was very distraught. And so I kind of buried myself in the camera, and it was a nice place to hide for a while, you know, to try and disappear. I've been shooting photography since age 13. Originally, what I loved shooting were people. I loved capturing emotion in people. And I got down into that hole. It was like a hotbed of human emotion, pain, brotherhood, togetherness, and people working together with a common goal to bring people home. I respect the firemen more than they'll ever know. Imagine going down there every day and raking through the mud and the dirt, looking for any sign of your loved one. It was a really cold night in January when I saw these two firemen digging. They were all alone. I said to them, "Aren't you guys going to go to dinner?" And they said no, and we're looking for our brother. New York City firemen showed up at Ground Zero, and it just so happened that his son-in-law is a New York City police officer, and he approached his son-in-law, and he said, "Are they making any recoveries today?" His son-in-law said, "Actually, I think we have your son." And then he marched his son out along with his son-in-law. So it was a very emotional moment. What's great about these guys, the police and the firemen, is they never forget. They never forget where they are, and they're very gentle and sensitive to what they're doing. This fireman could easily have sat in the comfortable mud, but he made like a little lazy boy recliner out of the different wires, and it just captures to me the humbleness of the firemen. It was early morning, about 7 in the morning, and I saw Chief Ritchie's standing on a ridge overlooking Ground Zero, and I knew that obviously he was looking for his son. The irony to this photograph is that 3 weeks after this photograph, they found his son, and they found his son directly underneath where he's standing in the photograph. A lot of the things that I saw down at Ground Zero took my breath away. They were symbolic things. A plug-in clock, which was stuck at 10:02 and 14 seconds, which is when the very first tower came down. It upset me. It was emotional to see it because so much life stopped at 10:02 and 14 seconds. I was walking in the path controller's room. The room was completely destroyed, but there was a calendar on the floor, and it said today is Tuesday, September 11. I saw a lot of things that they bothered me, and I was considering packing it in. So it was right around then that I found this Bible page in the rubble, and I took a picture of it. So the next day I got the proofs back, and I lost it because the verse was Genesis 11, the Tower of Babylon. I looked at the symbolism of the 11 and the tower, and I took that as a positive message and a positive sign that there was a higher power. God was watching down on both the people when they passed away and the recovery. This is the honor guard. That's where the fireman is covered in a flag and marched out by their brothers from the fire department. And they allowed me to walk with them, so it was very special for me. When I saw some of the things down there, I would go home at night and I'd cry. A lot of the things that made me cry are in these images. And so I tried to shoot them in the most tasteful, respectable way. but I shot them in the way that got to my heart. And if it got to my heart, odds are it will get to other people's heart. If you can't connect, you can't heal. And so I'm hoping that these images will serve that purpose.